Hey guys, it is Elizabeth Housen with House in History, and our teaching tidbit this time is on a very specific history lesson, and that is the lesson of mercantilism, an idea that some students really struggle with, some teachers struggle to teach. It's a huge idea within a lot of our history units. They have to know it, especially if you teach early U.S. history or that world history. You know, it's a big idea. They have to know. It sets the stage for everything. And so I'm going to tell you how I teach it and how it's something that my students definitely remember. So here we go. What do I need to teach mercantilism? Well, I need some Post-it notes. I'm going to give every student 3 Post-it notes, and I just give them 3 of the same color. Not a big deal. Every student's going to get 3 Post-it notes, and we are going to do this definition in 3 steps. We develop a definition over time. And so they have the 3 Post-it notes, and they lay them out on their desk, 1, 2, and 3. And so on the first Post-it note, I provide them with the word mercantilism. That's it. I don't give them anything else. I say, here's the word. What do you think it means? No hints. Write a definition on your first Post-it note. There is no talking. It is your definition. What do you think it looks like? What could it sound like? What does that word up there remind you of? So we're trying to really activate that prior knowledge. Just give them the word. I might give them 60 seconds, 90 seconds, kind of reading the room. Then I say, okay, let's share out. And I ask students to share out. They share with each other. Hey, what did somebody at your group say? I'll write it up on the board. What are some definitions we would give to mercantilism? And so I'll write that on the board. Here we go. Here's number 1. All right. Well, now I'm going to give you hint number 2. Oh, and I've talked about this before. I'm a mover. I like students to move. So we sit in groups already and I say, okay, you're going to find a new table, new people. It just cannot be with the people you're currently with. It has to be at a different table. Get up and move. 10, 9, 8. And students get really good at it. They love it because I have a seating chart. You sit where I tell you to. Oh, but then you get choice. But then I'm going to move you again. And then I'm going to move you again. And okay, back to your seat. So it's really fun like that. So they get up, they move, they sit at a new group. They have a new set of 3 Post-it notes that are already there. So they're new to them and one's already been written on. And so I'm going to give them their second hint. And their second hint is actually from Pocahontas. And it is them singing about gold and mine, mine, mine. And so the students watch it. They usually start laughing, thinking it's funny. But then I say when it's over, okay, on that second Post-it note at your table, what do you think that definition is? Because that was a really good definition of mercantilism. It really showed you what it was. What would you write your definition as? Or what words would you put down? No talking. So they write for their 60 seconds. All right, go ahead, share in your group. Okay, let's share out. Okay, let me write on the board and see what we say. And we kind of do a whole group discussion. All right, we're going to go to hint number 3. This is your final hint. A new table, new group, can't be with the people you're currently with. Students get up and they move. 10, 9, 8, we count down to 1. They're sitting down. They had that student choice. And so I say, okay, now here is your last hint. And my last hint is a pretty good cartoon that totally shows mercantilism. And I say, hey, look at the words on the picture because your definition should probably use those labels. And so students look at it and they think about it. And I say, hey, go ahead and write your definition on that third Post-it note at that table. And they write that third definition. And then we're going to share in our group. And then we share back on the board. And then that brings me to that final, everybody go back to your seat. And they go back to their seat. And we say, okay, as a class, let's create that final definition. What are words we need to use based upon our third one? And what can we say so we remember? And then that gets added to our notebook. And we give mercantilism its very own page. If it is a vocabulary word that gets its own page, it is super duper duper important to us. So keep that in mind as you keep your notebook. Yes, vocab is important. Yes, having a vocab list with definitions, but there are some things that you need to give its own page to. And in history, mercantilism is definitely one of them. That's an easy lesson to do. It's a fun lesson to do. I'll drop it down below in the description. You can find a link to follow along with it. Hope it helps you in teaching, and have a great year.